We have to do this again. We'll have to bring Aaron and you on. Hear about how the shoot went.
100%. Oh, man. We'll have a great rest of the pod. Chat with you later.
All right.
Okay, guys, later.
Bye. Never done that before. That was cool, though.
I don't know. It's cool, like a guy like Aaron who's so creative, and like people will look at his art and then be like, and I've like asked him so many questions, and then he asked me for a film camera, and then he starts asking me all these questions. It's kind of a cool parallel of like how, even like going back to like after this huge tangent of your question of not hearing the story about cameras and coffee, it's just like how you can create a community where people can learn from other people from the aspects that they know they're good at. Like you don't have to, like for me it was the switch from the APS-C sensor to the full frame to the 6D, where I started watching a lot of YouTube. Like I think Peter McKinnon was on most days. Yeah. And that's how I learned. I self-taught myself. Like I taught myself how to shoot. Photography, film, anything. Like film photography, digital photography, everything. I self-taught I taught myself.
It's really fun to teach yourself stuff like that, because it's like it's hard. It's not easy. No one's spoon feeding you it. Even if you find someone like Peter McKinnon who's influenced all three of us in different ways, like you still have to go and do the work. It's like you're not going to do this unless you really want to do it, and it kind of instills it a little bit deeper than if you like went to a class because it was part of some curriculum.
Yeah, for me, like it was the YouTube video ends every time. It'll always end. And so when I was learning, you go out and shoot, but then you don't have that knowledge or someone to ask a question about in the field. You have to go back to the YouTube video. And so it was actually like someone had told me, it was actually, it was Alex. And he was just like, I kind of brought up the idea to Jordan Powers, and then I brought it up to Alex, and Alex was just like, that sounds so cool, but I didn't know the name. Like, I didn't have an idea of the name or anything. I was just like, I want to create a group where people can get together and just talk, collab, like actually go past a YouTube video. And then I was driving by, I was actually going to go pick up Jordan because we were going to go have a drink. And I drove by the A&W on Gordon, and that's where they have the cars and coffee meet. Okay. I was like, why can't you do this with cameras? Like, people love their cameras. Like, a little less with digital because they're all so similar. But why can't you have a group of people that know a skill and spend so much time on a passion like a car and get together? Like, most people that meet at Cameras and Coffee will, like, hear someone's first name and not know them, but then hear their Instagram handle, and, like, they've had conversations for months.
That's actually really cool. I didn't know that was the case. But that's really cool. Maybe I've just been using Instagram in a different way. But
like, think about it. Like, you, like, I don't even, like, I can't really ask this question because it's, like, past Cameras and Coffee, but, like, for me, Instagram was very much just, like, a different kind of Pinterest, in a sense. Like, I still posted a lot. I still, like, worked on my craft, but I saw the community culture very much as a passive culture, in the sense, when you were going on Instagram, you were just looking at people's art and like just viewing it like you're at a gallery and not talking to them or like collaborating with them or working with them.
This is Instagram or Pinterest?
Instagram. You can say that about Instagram or Pinterest, at like how I viewed it, because I was just looking at Instagram for either just like a passive thing, like cool art, or inspiration. And there were so many cool local talent, and Aaron De Silva and Noah Dorsey are good examples of that. would want to work with them, but you have no idea how to work with them. And with Cameras and Coffee, you create this group and this community where people get introduced to different people.